Steven Seagal might really be the most fraudulent man in the world. The thing about this man is that every clip you see is better than the last. It's a whole ass rabbit hole that you can get sucked into when it comes to Mr. Seagal. Look at the way this nigga is walking. You could just feel the aura oozing. Bro, there ain't nothing more dangerous than a nigga whose delusions outweighs the reality of the world. Sambo is a Russian martial art and combat sport, which is a combination of judo and jiu-jitsu and a number of other styles of wrestling. And Seagal is at an all-Russian Sambo tournament, and he's demonstrating how to fight off multiple opponents using his variation of Aikido. From the confidence alone, you would think this man was really about to go crazy. Bro, he was in there playing in those people's faces. Buddy over here knew he was on some bullshit. This man was having a whole Netflix comedy special out there without even saying one word. This kid was staring at Seagal like he knew he would tear his ass to shreds. Pause. Mind you, this whole demonstration is about fighting off multiple opponents. And I have a serious question. If you were jumping someone, would you have the common courtesy to wait until your turn as your man gets flipped, then do the same exact thing that got him flipped in the first place? If you answer no, then you, my guy, have a working brain. I know Steven docked Blondie's pay because he forgot to let go after the dap up. I wonder how much one gets paid for letting this man toss him around. I like how he's just yeeting him all over that mat. And Brody over here just kneels. I think Steven forgot he only paid for a few slams. And he kept beating this dude up. This right here really just seemed uncalled for. I think what gets me the most is that Steven claims that he has never lost a real fight. But there is never really any true proof of him competing or if any sorts. Any footage you see of this guy is damn near performative and he's utilizing some funky ass moveset. Like when he used his special windmill technique against Seagal. This stance alone is a goddamn mockery to martial arts itself. Bushido Bill was throwing some of the flimsiest combos I've ever seen in my life. And I really hope ain't nobody taking Steven Seagal's advice when it comes to fighting, because if you do, you're gonna end up flatter than Plankton when Bubba backed out on him in that movie theater. Now, I don't know what's more of a crime, the hits that he's throwing or this fucking tarp of a shirt he has on. And why do he keep slapping his head like he's a raw chicken? Every one of these people that had their cameras out were waiting for Seagal to really do him in. Let's be honest. One guy was in the background asking for it. So we really only have word of mouth to go off on when it comes to Steven Seagal and his credibility for everything he claims. What I will say though, if you have never seen a Steven Seagal movie, and according to Google, he's been in about 53 of them things, I implore you to. Like, if you ever feel down, sad, and out and you need a laugh, go watch a Steven Seagal movie and I guarantee you, at some point, you're gonna have a smile on your face. Look at how this man is walking. I know them knees are screaming for the sweet release of him sitting back in his special chair. We're gonna talk more about that chair later, by the way. The dance routine begins. He twirls his hands real fast and open palms, bro, straight to the noggin. Them niggas started hand boning and Bieber hits a spin. Something tells me that this right here is not Steven Seagal. That man did 6 movements and they had to toss a stunt double in there. And what was probably the best punch ever thrown from him wasn't even him. Like, can you get any more fraudulent than this? And it for sure wasn't. And where have we seen this move from before? I've noticed one thing about Steven Seagal from watching these clips is that he really only has a couple of animations in his bag. He's a real consistent fucker when it comes to these moves. He pulls out a knife and so does Seagal. And even the damn knives look extra fake. Bro started dancing with it, back to the stunt double, and it's crazy. Pulling out a knife was way too much work for him. Bro, this man is comedy gold. He did 6 punches, put out a knife, and they had to bring the stunt double back in. Seagal's work ethic is unmatched. Making his way back to Russia back in 2015, where he apparently was pregnant with twins, is back doing his special demonstrations of his Aikido. I don't know why they let him come and play in their faces. Maybe once he leaves, the class all look at each other and they go, yeah, this is what not to do. And when I said this man has limited bag work, this is what I mean. He goes right back into Old Faithful, and Buddy comically flies backwards. This part was just extra freaky.
There is no kicking, there is no blocking, there is no collision. Aikido is basically being able to be one with the universe, be one with nature, so that you can therefore sense the intention of your attacker.
Steven Seagal, as he explained Aikido in his clip, well, he's explaining it to the level that he believes that he's on. He believes he's on the higher level of mastery. And the way he explains it is, there's no punching, no kicking of any sorts. You know, you're using nature. And he says this as he's literally jabbing little Jimmy in the throat and flinging him. No punching or kicking, but both staff is optional. You can tell he thinks he's some sort of Jedi master with that staff. And then he starts choking him out with the cane. And as the student taps, Seagal locks the choking more. They look genuinely concerned right here. Dude turned into JBL and hit a clothesline from hell. and then followed up with a second one, and then a third, and then the fourth. And after the fourth one would think there's no way he would go for the same move. Boom, a fifth clothesline from hell. Yeah. This is the mastery of Aikido at work right here. They go on to say that he is one of the only non-Japanese masters and to be training and teaching Aikido at a high level at his own dojo with his own student. I want to know who he paid to put this like press out for him, because he paid a lot of people. Then here's where shit really gets weird. Seagal believes his power of the mind is so intense that he can influence his opponent. Look at how these guys lift him off the ground with ease, but with the sheer use of his mind, they no longer can. This guy is completely serious, by the way, which is the craziest part out of all of this, in my opinion. Now back to his famous choke. The mastery here is off the chart. He's using his fucking pinky. Yeah, his pinky. He's able to stop the force of 2 men from moving him. This thumbs up is letting the people watching know just how easy it truly is. Why the hell does he run like this? And this is a very consistent thing that I've noticed when I'm watching these clips, is that he runs the same way. Irregardless to whatever the movie or clip is calling for, he runs the same way. Now, the chair. We gotta talk about the chair. This man is so damn lazy. He was killing shit in a damn chair. Look at the little leg scoots. This is the most mobile you've seen him in recent years, and he is sitting down. Just imagine reading an action movie script and it says you get shot while he scoots away in his chair. Give him an Oscar. I think one of the best things regarding Seagal was this Kevin Hart story, where Kevin Hart was talking about how they were shooting right along too, and one of the workers on set said that Seagal was a dick on set to them. He's actually hitting them. He's being extra hard. You know, things of that nature. So they go to the director and they told on him, and Steven Seagal ended up finding out that they told the director that Steven was being extra rough. So Steven, being the dangerous guy that he thinks he is, he finds out that one of the guys is a black belt. So Steven goes up to the guy and he asks him to put him in his best hold. The guy locks Steven Seagal in a chokehold. And get this, he's damn near on the edge of passing out. So, you know, he taps out, you know, as one would believe, so, you know, as one would do with any common sense. But as he's tapping out, he sharts himself. Yeah. Then he tooted and shitted on himself, earning himself the legendary brown belt. I don't want this video to be too long. There's so much more about this man that could be said, but I don't want to drag it. This definitely has to be the most fraudulent man in the world. Or just the funniest. You take it how you want it. If you guys want me to talk about anything else, let me know down below. Let's have a conversation. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.